Hi, I'm Chris and I am the director and co-founder of Aroa Properties.
Hi, I'm Lucy and I am a sales partner and manager at Aroa Properties.
Hi, yeah, and I'm Scott. I'm also one of the sales partners at Aroa.
So, we are here today in London at a podcast studio to polish up on our podcasting techniques and try and help us engage with a bigger and better audience. So if we start with Lucy and Scott, we would like to just give you a very quick intro on how we got where we are today and go from there.
Yeah. So, where do we start?
Where do we start?
Where did it start?
Back.
I think it's got to be, just after COVID, hasn't it?
Yeah, so COVID hit. I wasn't working in a estate agency at the time. You were working in hotels and managing them. And we decided the rest of the world has gone a bit crazy. Let's
go crazy with
it.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's set up an estate agency. Well, we can do this. We joined forces and set up Webb and James, which was our estate agency, working from home, very much an online agent, but kind of because it's the Forest of Dean, everyone knows everybody, so building off people that knew us. And
you had that relationship with people already, didn't you?
Yeah, where I'd been an estate agent before, I think people saw us and came to us, so it was very much...
Because you were an estate agent for how long?
Oh gosh, like since 2011, which makes me really old.
Corporate.
Yes,
corporate
and in a
agency.
corporate world, which is very different to what we are now, which is partly why we did what we did.
Yeah, definitely.
So that was running for, quite a few years.
I think that was like 2-3 years almost.
Yep. And
must have been 2 years maybe.
Yeah.
Because of COVID and everybody wanting to move out of the cities.
That was a great time.
London. And to the forest and places like that. It boomed. It was amazing.
Yeah.
I think we were the first agent in the forest to have a giraffe 360 camera, which was great because in COVID no one could view, which we still use to this day. And it got to a point where myself and Scott couldn't manage it anymore. We knew that we needed to take the next step, which is scary.
Yeah.
When you're doing things on your own, as Chris will know. And so we kind of brainstormed ideas, and someone that had always kind of come up for us was Christina and Aroa Properties. The fact that you were definitely more out there than a lot of the other traditional agents, happy to put your face out there, your personality. So I sent Chris a text message.
Late at night,
and I just said, hey, do you want to meet up for a coffee? I don't even know if I said what I wanted, did I?
You didn't. I asked you.
Yeah.
You said, is there any chance that we could meet up for a coffee and a chat?
Yeah.
And I looked and I thought, this is a bit weird. Why? And then you didn't even say, then you just said, we've got something that we'd like to discuss with you.
Yeah, sure.
That's funny.
Which I think
coded.
She was very, she didn't over...
Well, it was Scott in my ear going, message her.
Yeah. I'd noticed you, and then I was like, okay, let's see if she's interested in a discussion.
Was it how long was it after that text? It was literally, I reckon, within a couple of days.
Yeah. And then you were like, meet me in this like back street coffee shop out of the way, so no one can see me meeting you.
Because at this point we're two rival agencies almost.
Right,
we were rival
agents.
You know,
and I was like, what the hell? What do
see,
they want?
Exactly. And I feel like I knew of you, but we never really
never had.
Did you two meet for coffee first?
No.
And then we met after? Or was
all
it that
four
initial?
of us met together.
Right, okay, yeah.
I
couldn't
remember, do you know what sticks out to me? Not only how excited I was from talking to you, but the fact that I ordered a hot chocolate with cream and marshmallows and the biggest cake ever. And everyone knowing Chris as they know her would know that is like the worst thing ever. So the fact that she even decided we would work together after that moment.
Don't worry. I had a
day.
calculated plan.
Yeah.
No sugar or cake in the office.
That came quick, didn't
we
it?
realised that very quickly afterwards.
Yeah.
And so is there anything you want to say about it all?
Yeah, no, I literally just remember meeting you in the coffee shop.
You didn't actually say a lot.
No, did I not?
You're quite a reserved character.
And then I remember sitting in front of you to try and figure out how we could get me.
You were trying to figure me out. Can you remember us having that conversation? You didn't trust.
That wasn't the coffee shop. That was in the office.
That was after.
That was the coffee
Yeah. Because I came to help you on lettings for a bit, didn't I? To try and get.
I don't think we can call that help.
Oh, it was definitely help. I think great.
Scott.
I think if you could have me back, I know you see.
100% no
Did
to
you
that.
not say if he was a member of staff, you would have sacked him?
I would have sacked him. Absolutely. Yeah.
It wasn't it. You just kept forgetting things.
It's not that. It's a whole string of.
How long did I last on?
Catalogue
How long
of
did I
issues.
last on lettings?
4 months.
To be fair, I was pushing to get out of there pretty quick.
Yeah, this is true.
But no, so we did the lettings.
Thank God you are amazing at sales and media.
Yeah, that's true.
Because we'd be snookered.
Yeah, I don't know about media though, hence being here. So, so I remember doing that, the coffee, meeting you, doing a bit of the letting stuff, and then
we left it at that for a
I think
little bit,
before,
didn't we?
I think literally before we knew it, the sales were getting so busy, we were full steam ahead.
We came away from there, put a proposal together, then we met up again in the office.
To discuss the
that's
proposal.
right.
And I think that was when you were a little bit more.
You went in first, didn't you?
Yeah. The problem is people that know me will know that I just get very excited very quickly, and I don't think about like the contracts or the
consequences
or anything other than just being happy and excited at the time.
So how long into our partnership was it that me and Lucy had a little surprise news to tell you?
Yeah, I reckon it was again like, is it like 4 or 5 months?
Yeah,
longer than when
4 or 5
met.
months. Yeah, so I think 4 or 5 months into our partnership, obviously we had the news that we were going to have our little boy. So that threw a dynamic into the team. But we got through it.
To be fair, it was actually quite nice because, Chris, you obviously were known and were amazing on the letting side. And then obviously we came in and we were like, let's make Aroa like amazing on sales too. Because you did have sales, but like we were building
very
it.
sort of mediocre.
Yeah, but you had sales. And then it was like, by the way, drop the bombshell. I'm pregnant. And you kind of got pushed forward into the role of having to do like the filming and do all of that stuff. And so although it was like, oh God, what have we done? It actually was like the building of making us all better.
I think it built the relationship.
Yeah.
I think both of us had to step up a bit, didn't we?
You massively.
Yeah.
And I think,
definitely.
I actually think if Lucy hadn't fallen pregnant, I don't think you'd be as good as you are now.
Yeah, definitely.
Everyone
kind of
had to step into roles, didn't they? And it's like coming here today, you push yourself forwards, and that's what makes us what we are.
Keep wanting to grow, I guess.
And I think we've all of us have been through ups and downs, but the main thing which you don't get with a lot of agencies is we stand by each other and we are the rock of everybody. We put ourselves out there.
And I think in the past even 3 years, I can personally say I've had a lot going on alongside you guys collectively, the three of us. I think if we can get through what we've got through so far, both personally and professionally, then I'm looking forward to what else.
Because how long did you do lettings before you met us?
7 years?
What, in a row or just collectively?
Well, I guess a rower.
7 years.
Yeah.
7 years a rower.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously
10
before
years,
that you were doing...
10 years collectively.
Yeah. Before that as an agent.
Yeah, I was sales before lettings.
I'd never done lettings turned over to the dark side. And stayed there since.
I'm staying there forever.
Yeah. No.
So Chris, talk to us a little bit about Aroa and what got you on your path before we joined. In a good or a bad way.
I feel like Aroa perhaps come more alive when you both joined. Not that I would say that too much to you. No, I think it's a healthy place for me to be. And I think if you guys weren't on board, I probably wouldn't love it as much as I do, because the support I get from you both, the knowledge and alongside lots of other bits is brilliant. But I worked for another sort of local agency for 13 years prior to setting up Aroa. The name Aroa is Kiwi, so it comes from New Zealand. I don't know if I'm going to get this right or wrong. Maori, yeah.
I think that's right.
I get ridiculed for that by the Kiwi friends. And it means love. So I'd only just started a relationship at that point. I think it might have been like 11 10 or 11 months in, I could be wrong, into a relationship with my daughter's dad at the time. He'd obviously spent like a hell of a lot of time out in New Zealand, rugby, travelling, built a massive friendship circle out there. And I think eventually, if we hadn't have met, the plan was that he would have probably moved out there.
Yeah. Which you never know in the future.
Yeah, maybe. Hopefully that could be something on the cards. And he just sort of said to me one evening, look, you're obviously not enjoying the job as much as you used to. You're really, really good at it, but I think there's a lot more to you. I think you've got a lot more to give. And I think the only way you're going to be happy is perhaps setting up on your own. Yeah. That was a flat out no from me. Because although a lot of people have probably seen me as a confident person, that's absolutely not accurate. So that one sort of got put to bed pretty quickly. But unbeknown to me, he was obviously working on me for quite some time. We then, I think I missed quite a big bit. Yeah, so he'd come back from New Zealand not long after we met. He brought back like an Aroa plaque, which we still have in the office now. I'd asked him what that meant. He said, well, you just have to look into it yourself. And I looked into it. It meant love, which was quite sweet. And then I think 6 months after that, he then asked me again. He said, listen, hypothetically, if you were to set up a company, what do you think you would call it? And I said, don't laugh. But at the time, we were called Aroa Lettings and Property Management before we went into sales. I said, Aroa. He was like, that's brilliant. I love it. Like, brilliant idea. And then a couple of weeks after that, I came home and there was a Companies House document on the table, and he'd set the company up.
Awesome. Yeah.
So I had
there was no going back.
There was no going back.
Yeah.
I had to go in balls deep.
Yeah.
Excuse the pun. Yeah. So I had a point to prove then, didn't I?
Yeah.
And I don't like being told I can't do something.
So you went for it.
Yeah. So I went for it,
and
I started in a little tiny unit above his maintenance shop, and then it grew from there to another office space above an insurance company. And then within 8 months of being there, I grew again because I needed staff. So then I went to a high street office. And then I think I was only there for 8 months. And then I went into the one that you guys joined me at.
Yeah.
And then we outgrew there.
Yeah. And
now we're in a bigger, better office with nicer presence. We rebranded.
Yes.
So when you guys
that's true. That's
come on board, we decided to rebrand.
Yeah.
The colours, the company, the logo.
Yeah.
So that's just the
start
of our journey.
We're 10 years on, and yet it does feel like the start, doesn't it?
It is the start, and it's got
so many plans for where we want to go.
We got some great plans.
But yeah, it's crazy to think all that history already.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do it without you. So.
Likewise. So here we are. But
yeah. So that's that.
Like now, the dynamic's just great with the team that we've got.
I think, absolute perfection. Nobody's going to get what we've got.
Yeah,
I truly believe that.
And I truly believe as well that you will not find any other workplace, estate agency, anywhere where you actually have a group of people that are friends, they've got each other's back, it's a nice place to be.
Human.
We are all human. Everyone, if someone's down, everyone jumps in, we all support them. And that, I think, is so rare. And I think the lucky thing for us is that comes across. When you're working with us, you're working with our family. We're a group of people.
Yeah.
We actually care. And you won't get that anywhere. And I'm so proud that we're all a part of that.
Me too.
It's amazing.
That's exciting.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
And when we have our moments, probably me and you more than anyone, we just lock ourselves away in a room for a little bit, come back out, we're done, we're
I think
fine.
everyone just understands everyone, and I think it's a small team, but it's a good sized team for the amount of work that we have.
I don't think we need to be any bigger than we are.
No, I think it's nice, isn't it? And
six of us all together, and I think that's a comfortable number.
That's it. Yeah, absolutely. So no, it's good.
So that's our journey.
So I think that brings us on to Aroa and where we are right now. And I don't know, I probably speak for all of us that 10 years for you, Chris, and the Aroa brand is just like built and built.
It's a milestone,
Myself and Scott have been part of the team for 3 years now, which it has gone by so quickly.
I know.
Yeah, I think we're just going into the fourth.
It's crazy. So going into the fourth year, I am just so proud of everything that we've done.
Yeah.
And I think we've got an amazing office. We've got a brilliant team.
We've got a good balance now, haven't we?
Amazing, and we're just pushing.
Scott's outnumbered by women, though.
Yeah.
I don't know how
we
you
do
feel
need
about
to.
that.
We do need to get, I think, one more guy on the team.
Oh,
just one more.
controversial.
You know,
Like
I
a
don't
video
like
editor,
uneven numbers.
podcast editor.
It's uneven numbers.
We could get 2 more. But we just said how good the team size is now. So
we'll maybe see how things are.
We'll see.
But I feel like as far as like the Forest of Dean and everything we've done, we've pushed
the boundaries.
Yeah.
Really, and I don't know
Come out
about
of
you
our
guys, but I
comfort
feel like as far as like the marketing and everything we do, the package that we give out is literally second to none. We push. If you put your house on the market, you get our heart and soul. We push and we do everything we can.
do. Yeah. Throughout the sales.
Throughout everything. And with Scott and his amazing drone and, you know, all the editing that we can do from that side of things.
Yeah. Which would take us on why we want to sort of offer the podcast to show the real Aroa.
Yeah, definitely.
REEL.
And I think that's what people need to see.
Really see what actually goes on behind the scenes. And it's not going to like affect anything in sales or lettings. This is what we do in our what spare time we can find, our own evenings and weekends.
And I think people find it amazing when we go out, we put their houses on the market, and they'll be like, oh, do you need me to be at home? Like, it's entirely up to you. And the time that we take at their house to get all of the marketing ready and everything else, most people are like, I had no idea you did all this work. I had no idea this went into it. And I think it's really good for people to actually see how hard we work. I think people really dislike estate agents sometimes because they think you just turn up in a nice car, put the house on Rightmove and that's it. But it is so not that. The amount of work behind the scenes, the support we all have that goes into it is really hard. It's not an easy job.
No.
It really isn't. And I think if we can show that, and the fact that we all have families, we all have so much going on in our lives, and that's what we want everyone to see.
And to top it off, what have we decided to do next? Just to add a little bit more stress into the bag. Fun.
Enjoyment.
Who's going to... Chris, I think you should. You should lead on the announcement of our...
It puts it out there.
Go on.
I don't know how to even expand on that. Oh, I suppose we're
expand.
We are hoping and planning on moving, branching out. If things go in the direction that we hope they do, we're aiming to move the Aroa office, not from Lydney, but expand to Cheltenham. So we'll get everything in between Lydney and Cheltenham and beyond, hopefully.
Which I just think is great, right?
And see how we get on from there. But we've been taking a lot of trips up to Cheltenham.
Getting to know the area.
The location.
Not
awful,
I just think it makes sense. Why have 3 offices in such a small area when you know that area anyway? When you can, where you can have 2 offices in 2 different locations, bring people into the forest, bring people from the forest up to Cheltenham. You know, people are moving
We've
that
never
distance.
been one to sit in the comfort zone.
That's it. So I think this is going to be an exciting, and we're doing it all together this time, which is going to be
this is going to be ours.
Yeah, it is going to be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't know if Cheltenham's ready for us.
I don't know.
Very good.
Our research.
Are we
so
ready
far,
for Cheltenham?
We'll
have no wages left at the end of it.
At least we'll have the podcast.
Well, I don't think we'll have much else.
Have the podcast.
I think the amazing thing is it just brings something extra to the team.
Was it Rural to Regency?
Rural to Regency.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is going to be awesome. And I think it's just going to set things up for, who
Set
knows
the tone,
what else is to come.
Yeah, massively.
The girls are excited.
Yeah.
We've kept that under the
I don't think it's about taking over the world or anything. It's just literally, I think that works so well with, bringing people into the forest, people from the forest wanting to go out to the city. It's like that connection between the two. So, and I think with that can help us then bring development into the forest as well. And say, well, we've done this in Cheltenham, so let's, we can keep growing this. So that's going to be the exciting part with it.
How are you going to deal under the pressure?
I think it'll be okay.
You're not going to leave us, are you?
As long as I just, no. I think
you're going to have a mental breakdown.
I'll try not to. How many? We keep in tally on how many everyone's having over the years now.
I don't know how many I've had.
If we just stay in a constant cycle of sort of breakdown, then that will become the normal.
I think, but me and you work really well under stress. Like,
Do we?
Yeah, a deadline and pressure makes
Yeah.
me literally, what do you call it? Like nervous energy or something?
I'm not sure.
Stressful energy.
Yeah.
I achieve so much in
With
that time.
professionalism thrown
With
in there as well.
professionalism.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, so I think we are all super excited.
Yeah.
And
It's just like watch this space.
We've
isn't
got
it?
so much more to give, and this isn't taking anything away from Lydney. The Lydney
No.
office will still cover the Forest of Dean as it does.
Yeah.
All
And
the Forest of Dean and White Valley.
push everything that we already do
And then
down
Cheltenham,
there. And then
Cotswolds,
Yeah.
Gloucestershire.
Yeah, absolutely. And we just got it covered.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
So
amazing.
watch this
Awesome.
space. It's going to be hard work, but I think we can do it.
But we're not afraid of hard
massively.
work. Look
No.
at
Look
where
what
we've
we've done
got
already,
to so
yeah,
far. So
exactly.
Yeah. Proof's in the pudding.
Yeah.
exactly.
Let's taste
So,
it. Let's see how we get on.
Absolutely. And the podcast is, we'll keep
Just a little-
documenting it
little
and showing you guys.
sideline
Yeah,
for
everyone
mine.
can come along for
Visit
the journey.
our journey. Stay
Yeah.
on board.
That's it, the real Aroa. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. We're
Yeah.
rebranding.
yeah, I think that's good. Yeah,
That was another thing we need to ask the viewers,
the audience.
the audience.
Yeah.
Audience, viewers. See, I'm still learning. That's why I'm here.
Me too.
Yeah. Do we keep it at the Propcast
Yeah.
or the real Aroa?
Hmm.
You decide.
I like the real Aroa.
I prefer the real
REEL.
Aroa.
Yeah.
I think as well it's like it's us.
Yeah.
that's
because-
nice. Which is the whole point of the
Get
podcast.
your words
The,
out.
podcast.
He needs
The whole
to
point of the podcast is to show them who we are, right?
Yes.
So the real Aroa makes sense.
Yeah.
I like it.
Excellent.
Let us
See
know
what
what
they
you
say.
think, though. Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks very much, and we'll see you in the next one. Yeah.
The next
Hopefully
one.
we'll
I
be
like that.
we'll be back here one day maybe.
That's the
This
plan.
would be good,
We
yeah.
need to work on this. Well, it depends on how to do it.
Yeah. That's when Michael tells us never come back.
Yeah. Wasting my time. Get out of here.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye bye.